Harry, this is Lord Potato, and this is what if Asta had fire magic slash abilities? Part 1. Now, I know what you're all thinking. Wait, I thought you were gonna do Shinra what ifs. Well, I'm still watching what's called Fire Force, so leave me alone. Instead, I had an idea to do this. Leave me alone. I don't know. Me watching Fire Force just gave me an idea for fire. Okay, yeah, I don't know why. But not the point. Let me go into this what if. So, from the pictures and images from the different fire users, you're gonna have a good understanding and what fire ability Asta, fire magic slash abilities he's going to have. If you can see all the way in the corner, bottom corner, Shinma Benjimaru is there because Shima does, he likes to have his last name first than his actual first name, but yeah. But don't worry about that. If you don't know half of these characters, then let me explain. Ace, Shima Benjimaru, what's called Rengoku, Madara, Dabi, and Rin. Now Rin is from Blue X Crew, something like that. But don't worry. So let me begin this what if. Let me shut up. So we go into an 8-year-old Asta. Well, an 8-year-old Asta who was kind of bullied and kind of like shunned for having no magic. Of course, Orsis was kind of treating him like a fucking dog. And everyone didn't really believe in him to ever be able to have anything in his life. Like, everyone kind of bullied him. Like his not family. It's like orphan fucking family. Yuno was he was blessed with magic and mostly a lot of wind magic, whatever. And of course, everyone else was kind of just ignoring him most of the time. But of course, there was someone else with Yuno, but this girl was kind of always bullying Asta for the fact that he had zero magic half the damn time. But yeah, of course, Sister Lily always tried to comfort Asta, but Asta one day just gave up and ran away. Like, he didn't want to deal with any of this shit. Like, neglection was already a fucking problem, and he couldn't even get anything to eat, but yeah. But he just ran away. Of course, when he kind of grew up, he wasn't really the same. Of course, he had his sister, who was, an orphan sister. This girl who's able to use, what's it called, plant magic. She's able to use some kind of plant magic, and of course, she always was kind of kind to everyone. But she kind of forgets how back then she was very evil. So, yes, we're going to a 15-year-old, Yuno and a 15-year-old, and a 15-year-old Yosana, who's able to use, kind of like nature magic or whatever. So, of course, she was kind of just like always talking to Yuno and trying to comfort him. But Yuno was always this kind of like emotionless bastard, like original canon. But yeah. Of course, he for some reason gets memories of someone that he remembers. Now, Yoshana usually does get memories, but doesn't really care. Of course, they're now 15 years old, and they're going to go get the Grimoires. That's where other people from the village are going towards the Grimoire, tower. Of course, this is where, everyone is getting their Grimoires. Of course, this is where, Yuno gets a 4-leaf Grimoire. Yoshima kind of gets a 3-leaf clover. Someone gets a 4-leaf clover for, using ice. Like, there's a girl with bluish hair and kind of like bluish eyes. Is able to use ice magic. Another girl kind of gets a 5-leaf clover, which is shocking to everyone. And a lot of people are seeing some of the commoners and kind of peasants and orphans or whatever get these, like, powerful grimoires. Of course, this is where another girl who's able to use somewhat time magic kind of gets a 3-leaf clover. And of course, not 3-leaf, a 4-leaf clover, but she has like one eye covered up. The other eye is kind of like reddish, but yeah. But of course, she's able to use somewhat time magic, but she doesn't really use it that much, but yeah. This is where, a lot of people kind of sees that these people are powerful. Now, of course, the chain dude still appears, managing to capture all of them. even though, well, he almost got frozen in time if he didn't dodge, or even got frozen, or even got what's it called, multiple vines of powder just grab him to the ground. He managed to catch all of them. He's like, all of you are tough while using those grimoires, but thank you for these grimoires. They'd be quite useful. This is where, oh, he is laughing and all that. He's like, ha! Now, I'll be selling these grimoires to the black market. Thank God you people are not dead. It's just you people will stay weak. Is there someone that's walking towards the grimoire kind of tower? Someone next to him that's kind of like older and taller is also walking next to this person. Now this other person is kind of bandages, and you can see him having bandages, so kind of around his like neck and all that, and also kind of around his like what's it called, sleeves of his under his shirt and all that. This is where well he has like a scar on his face. Also I keep saying well most of the time, but yeah, he has a scar on his face. Of course, it kind of looks like what's it called, if you want to think about it, the scar kind of looks like to be on somewhat his nose face, like under his eyes, on his nose. But yeah, he kind of looks like Azuka. No, not Azuka. Oh my gosh. Like, it looks like Iruka's kind of scar from Naruto, but yeah. Of course, this person seems to kind of be a little bit tired. But, of course, he kind of has a little bit dark skin, but yeah. Now, he looks like to be wearing a kimono, mostly the guy version. Of course, this is where next to him, the smaller person that I mentioned has kind of whitish hair. I'll show some before I go on with this other person. The guy with bandages kind of has black hair. Kind of short black hair a little bit, but yeah. But, of course, this is where, well, the person next to him has whitish hair, has, well, a kimono, and a shirt underneath, but yeah, whatever. Of course, well, he's wearing kind of shoes, and of course, well, the person kind of has, well, a necklace around his, what's it called, like, neck. Doesn't wear, well, not a necklace, he's not wearing a necklace, no. Instead, he's having a sword, well, not a sword, mostly, well, yeah, a sword next to him, like this kind of, like, bluish katana sword or whatever, and of course, he, like, has it right next to him. This is where some people behind him are kind of just like messing around. Like these 4 people are kind of messing around, like goofing around. This is where they're kind of planning on like attacking people and kind of like robbing them for money and all that, because they are kind of thugs. They don't really care about the truth or law or whatever. The 2 people in front of them don't really care neither. This is where, well, when they're kind of walking up, this is where, well, the person who has bandages says, hey, what's it called? Asta. This is where, well, the person next to him says, oh, what? Why do you call me with that name? Ugh, I fucking hate it. Oh, come on. It's your original name. Come on, it's not that bad. Why won't you just call me Benjamaru? This is where, well, this person who, well, Asta kind of refer is named, what's it called? This is where Asta says, what do you want, Conroe? This is where Conroe says, well, look at that. There's some people getting robbed. This is where Asta says, and? Well, you should help them out for, you know, good measurements, right? Helping out some people from other places. You know, this is the closest Grimoire tower there is, so I mean, you should probably help them. I don't even know why we're here. I have 0 magic. I guess you can say that, but at least we can try. Come on, Asta. Fine. Fine. I heard this up. This is where, oh, one of the people behind that were kind of wearing these, like, outfits and all that, kind of gives Asta a staff that has, the, like, these white, like, well, white symbol, like Chinese symbol, not Chinese symbol, Japanese symbol on top, while having what's it called, like these lines going down and all that from that symbol and all that. That's where Asta spins the staff around, and this is where, well, the staff ignites with fire, and of course it launches straight towards the chain dude. The chain dude is laughing, saying, well, I'll be taking this, before he able to walk away by turning around. When he turns around, the staff smashes upon him flying straight towards the wall in extreme heights of speed. Of course, the staff is still upon him and just smashes upon also into the wall. It's where he is confused. He like managed to push the staff away by trying to use his chain to by pushing it away. This is where he's the hell did that? This is where the smoke is clearing up, and this is where when Yuno kind of sees this, he was confused. Everyone was confused who was there. This is where the person walked forward, and of course, having boots on, just walking forward from the smoke is clearing up, and this is where, this person has whitish hair, what kind of grayish whitish hair. This is where, he has greenish eyes. Well, not greenish eyes. Pretty much his eyes are covered up. He has shades on. This is where, he has shades and you can't really tell his eye color. And no, they're not green. I will tell you on now they're not green. This is where, he's wearing kind of a kimono style, wearing black pants also. Or brownish, not brownish, grayish pants mostly. Of course, his boots are black. Of course, this is where, underneath his kimono or whatever, he's wearing kind of like this black kind of like, it looks like some kind of black, like vest and all that, and a white shirt underneath it. But yeah, the other people were kind of wearing the similar same, like Asta. But yeah, this is where Asta walks through, and this is where, Yuno in his head finally unlocking a memory that has been kind of sealed away. Something that he has never seen in a while. This is, his kind of, not younger, mostly the same brother as him. This is someone that was there with him and was called Yoshina. This is where, the other people are confused, and this is where, Asta's walking forward towards the chain dude, and the chain dude says, "Who the hell are you?" "Me?" Asta said in a deep, cold voice. "No one. And no one that you need to care much about. But I guess I'm gonna have to kill you or something. I guess whatever Conrad told me I have to help or whatever bullshit. Conrad usually tells me random shit, but whatever." This is where, Asta walks forward, and this is where the chain dude sends multiple chains at Asta, but this is where all the chains ignites into fire. Even Asta moving a hand, it just ignites. This is where, the chain dude is confused and sees his chains are just right now falling to the ground. This is where he says, What are you? How did you do that?" This is where Asta says, "Oh, no reason." This is where, Asta, he puts his hand in the bottom next to his, leg and all that. And this is where, he snapped his fingers, fire appears, and this is where he says, "Fire slash wave." He swings his arm straight towards the chain dude, and a slash of flames appear straight towards this, parallel through his chest, but yeah, mostly, parallel. Of course, from his, not parallel, mostly horizontal, but yeah. And this is where, this person gets hit by the fire attack and of course just passes out from a very powerful attack. Of course, behind him, the wall does get cut into having this flame-like slash. This is where, the chains disappear after this person passing out from also bloodlust, but yeah, bloodlust, not bloodlust. Now, this is where, Asta sees the Grimoire that he picks up, and it's this kind of bluish Grimoire that has, 4-leaf clover. And of course, this is where, the girl with blue hair and blue eyes were confused that what is Asta doing. Asta was confused, saying, "So this is what a Grimoire is supposed to look like." Ugh, so annoying. This is where, he's only guessing from the blue book towards the blue hair girl. He kind of just throws it at her and says, "Here." God damn it. Asta says, "Before I go, where's the fucking Grimoire Tower or whatever bullshit that's called?" This is where, a girl with blonde hair who had a 5-leaf Grimoire kind of points over there to the tower and says, "That's where it is." This is where Asta says, "Got it." This is where Asta walks past him, and of course Asta seems to care less. He seems tired as fuck. This is where, Asta is getting straight towards the tower, and of course when he gets to the tower, Conroy was there also with the other people. Of course, Asta did get the staff, from that wall and all that, because the staff they smashed upon the wall. And that's where Asta kind of just gives it to one of the what's called kind of like underlings, if you want to think about it. But mostly they're thugs. But yeah, it's where when Conroy and Asta does get into the Grimoire Tower, it's where a bright flash of like orangey color, reddish color, bluish color, like colors appear in the Grimoire. And this is where when the old man was watching this, he was spitting out like a drink of tea and all. He was drinking tea and he spits out his tea. Seeing a Grimoire appear right in front of Asta, having this very powerful magic aura around it. But not just that, this Grimoire had, well, how many leaves of, well, what's it called, clover did it have? Oh, well, it had, what's it called? This book had it had a clover in the middle. But this clover had 4 leaves. But around it had a red sun appearing around the clover. Of course, the clover was barely visible, so of course it didn't look like a actual grimoire. But of course, it did have the clover leaves, so you just had it to look pretty damn hard because of the different shades of color in it. Of course, around the grimoire was now colors of different, like bluish fire, reddish fire, orange fire, green fire, and every type of different color fire. But of course, not just that surprised the old man, the like old dude that's in the Grimoire Tower. Another Grimoire appeared. This time it was the anti-magic, book. This is, Levy's Grimoire. So of course it has the 5-leaf Grimoire. This Grimoire, Asta says, the hell is this? This is where, Conroy was kind of like getting also tea from the old man because he was waiting for, Asta to get his grimoire. And this is where, when he sees it, he spits out his fucking tea. And of course, the others who was there watching this were shocked to see where their leader, Asta, also known as Shinma Benjamaru, has now gotten two different grimoires. This is where Asta was confused, saying, huh? What the hell is this? This is where, all of them just spits out and say, sir, you just got, oh my god. He's truly the chosen one. They both, like all 4 of them bow down. Conroy smiles and says, hey, look at that. I can't believe what they call you. Got some very powerful, I guess, grimoires, I guess. Well, we should probably be getting home and then training you so you can become the next I'm not. This is where, Asta says, I'm not trying to be the Wizard King. Fuck off. This is where, he says, fuck off. I'm not trying to be the next Wizard King. What I'm trying to be is what I know what I want to be. This whole Grimoire bullshit of coming here was just a waste of fucking time. I didn't even want a Grimoire in the first place. He's right now growling at Conroy. Conroy smiles and says, come on, Asta. You can't be that mad at me. I am. Oh, come on. You can't be that mad at me, please. That's where Asta says, fine. But yeah. That's where, they get out of the tower. But before getting out of the tower, Asta blasts through the door with fire kick. This is where Conroy says, that wasn't necessary. Sorry about that, old man. I will tell these 4 idiots to kind of like fix it. Yes, sir. They start fixing the door real fast. Of course, this is where Asta is extremely pissed because he doesn't want to join what's called Magic Knight. He doesn't care about it. He doesn't even want to be a fucking Wizard King. Truly, he doesn't care. This is where, Conroy says, come on, Asta. Please, stop being so mad. This is where when the others are still outside because it didn't take that long. They were just getting their belongings and all that because, they did get robbed of their grimoire, but also some of their stuff that fell on the ground and trying to get it. And when they see the door explode with fire, they're kind of confused and shocked. And this is where Asta's walking out, right now pissed. And this is where he's holding 2 grimoires in his fucking hand. 2 of his different hands. This is where, Conroy is trying to calm down Asta, and of course Conroy does say Asta's name, like actual name, instead of Shinma Benjamaru. Yes, because Asta did take that name. Because, fucking didn't want his first name, Asta. Instead he changed it to Benjamaru. But at the same time he wanted to keep the last name towards the person who adopted him. Or adopted him and made him his heir. And if you do know who, well, Benjamaru, what's it called, like, kind of father figure person that kind of adopt them to kind of be an heir, then you know that it's going to be similar like this in this world. Oh no, I just like Benjamaru's kind of story more. I kind of like his character more, but I don't know, than half these others, but don't worry about it. Of course, well, Asta is kind of just annoyed and saying, can we just go home? I don't fucking feel like I want to stay here any damn second left. Listen, well, Conroy said, come on, it's not that bad. This place seems calm, I guess. Or do you want to be in such a place where it's always reckless? There's a lot of people that do a lot of reckless things back home. Yeah, and the place was so much better than having a headache in this fucking place. For some reason, I have a headache in this place. That's where, well, what's it called? Conroy says, fine, let's go, you four. That's where the four managed to finish the door. It says, got it. That's where they're bringing the staff, but yeah. That's where, well, when Asta's walking past Yuno kind of saw how Asta seems to care less and didn't actually say anything about him. Didn't talk to him, didn't say anything, didn't just say hello, how you doing, or anything. This is where, when Yuno kind of sees Asta kind of walking past him, this is where Yuno grabs Asta from the shoulder. This is where Conroy widened his eyes and saw that this was a terrible idea. The four people behind Conroy kind of saw this and saw that was a bad idea. This is where they let go of the staff so fast, like the staffs that they were holding. And of course, this is where, well, the staff ignited with fire. This is where Asta looks at, well, Yuno, and said, what the fuck are you doing? This is where, well, Asta's right now, he seems to have a very angry look, but you can't see his eyes, but they're glowing right now, but you can't see them. This is where, well, Yuno says, Asta, so that's what your name is. I remember you. Don't you remember me? I'm you. Before he even gets to say that name, he gets punched in the stomach. This is where he pushes back to the wall, and of course, where, well, Yoshima says, Yuno says, I'm fine. Asta, you not remember me? This is where, well, Asta says, don't know why you keep saying my name. It seems to be pissing me off even more. But I don't know why it's that. But I can care less. I will burn you to the fucking ground. You don't get to dare touch me. You fucking idiot. This is where, well, Asta is very kind of like sensitive to being touched. Because if you're not like father figure who was actually named, what's it called? Who his name was Hibashi Shimen. Of course, where Asta is also not that sensitive to Conroy, who kind of just grabs him from his shoulder and tells him you did a good job or something. Asta's not that sensitive because those people he known for 8 years. 8.5 years mostly. And of course, well, Asta doesn't know Yuno, but for some reason he knows Yuno at the same time, pisses him off. It really ignites his, what they call, just soul. It ignites his rage, his hidden rage that he doesn't know about. Yes, because Asta's mind kind of blocked out the memories from when he was 8 years old, like his past 8 years old when he was like, still 8 years old, he kind of blocked out memories. And when he was beginning a new life in what's called the Shima kind of residence, because he has this place, it's called the Shima residence and all that, it was kind of a different village entirely from the Forbidden and other things, but yeah. This is where, well, that residence had a lot of people and all that. Some people didn't have magic, some people did, and some people actually had fire abilities in it. And this is where, well, Asta came to be and liking it more than being in his old village called Hodge Village. He hated that village. But of course he didn't know about the anger, but he kind of just grew up kind of being with, well, the Shima kind of residents and dug life or whatever, okay? And then became the heir of the Shima. So that's why he has his last name. And that's why he changed his last name, well, I mean not last name, his first name from Asta towards Benjamaru. Because he thought it would be a powerful name. So yeah. Of course, well, he doesn't understand who this fucker is and why the hell. Then you just grab him from the shoulder and why the hell he's telling him. Does he know what to call this fucker? This is where, well, Yuno's trying to send wind attacks straight towards Asta, but Asta is just igniting flames. Like, he snaps his finger once and just starts kind of like swinging it. You know what Grimoire kind of swings his arms every time he snaps and fire appears out of thin air? Yeah, that's what Asta's doing. This is where he's just burning up the wind. And this is where, well, Asta appears right in front of, well, Yuno. But this is where, well, Yuno's right now flying. And the problem is that Asta can't fly. Of course, this is where, well, since Asta can't fly and actually, like, trying to get, well, Yuno, this is where he starts using the staffs to kind of fly up. 3 staffs are right now trying to crush onto Yuno. Yuno's trying to dodge, but of course Asta's flying on one of the staffs, brooms and all. And this is where he's flying pretty fast, and this is where Asta appears. Right now punching, well, Yuno with a fire fist down to the ground. And this is where, well, Yuno is trying to get up. This is where Orsi's and the others are trying to get to the, well, Grimoire Tower, because they didn't actually see why Yuno's taking a little bit longer. This is where, well, what's it called? So, of course, this is where, well, they get to, well, some of the Grimoire Tower, and of course, they see Yuno on the ground, and of course, coughing up some spit and all that, because yes, he was punched down to the ground pretty damn heavy. This is where, when Yuno gets up and looks at Asta directly, because Asta did land down, this is where Asta's eyes are no longer green, but they are actually red. They were always red. When Asta kind of continued his new journey, he actually had now his eyes mutated to red. But not just something that's different, it's completely different from just normal red eyes. Yes, Yuno saw these and widened his eyes. Asta now has an O in one of his red eyes, and the other one has an X. That's where Asta seems to look like he didn't have enough sleep last night. That's where, well, Asta rushes towards, well, Yuno. Yuno tries to fight Asta in hand-to-hand combat, but that was the worst mistake Yuno could ever do, because Asta is more skilled to fight in hand-to-hand combat. When Yuno tried to block with a shitty block style, this is where Asta broke through the defense so fast by grabbing one of what's called Yuno's hands that were kind of facing horizontal, and his what's called left hand facing vertical. This is where Asta grabs the horizontal, twists it to the backside, because Asta like went to the backside by twisting his like arm and all that, by just grabbing his well, right arm, twisting it to the back of Yuno. This is where Asta then, when he twisted the arm, this is where Yuno tries to like do a wind attack with his left hand, but this is where, well, Asta grabbed him from the like back of the head, smashed him to the ground in high speeds. This is where Yuno couldn't react fast enough, and of course Yuno got smashed to the ground. This is where, well, Asta says, "You're gonna burn. You should have never decided to piss me off." This is where Asta says, "Burning rage, hellish flames." This is where, well, before Asta could even do that, Orsi says, "Hey, stop! I won't let you hurt, what's it called, Yuno." This is where Asta sees this old man attacking him, and this is where Asta doesn't seem to show mercy towards Orsi's. This is where, well, Asta sent a very powerful fire attack, smashing into Orsi's, and this is where the kids say, Orsi's! This is where they say, "Father, father!" This is where Sister Lily says, "Father!" This is where, well, when Nosh kind of looks at this person, he gets reminded of Asta. Yes, Asta looks like the exact same. This is where, well, Asta says, "Idiot old man." This is where, when Asta turns around, Yuno appears, sending a wind punch straight towards Asta's face. This is where, when Asta was about to get hit by this wind punch, vines actually appear, grabbing Asta right now, kind of putting him right still and all that. And this is where Asta was about to jump away anyway, but of course, Scott right now pushed to the ground. This is where Asta turns around. He sees that one girl who's actually trying to use her, well, nature vine abilities, thanks to her grimoire. This is where she has it open. This is where the other girls are confused and seem to care less, but they were interested in the fight that broke out between Yuno and, well, this person named Asta, or Benjamaro, or whatever the hell it's called, but yeah. This is where, well, Benjamaro, but yeah, not Benjamaro, Benjamaro. This is where, Asta sees that he's about to get punched in the face until he doesn't do anything, but fire ignites right in front of Yuno's like fist. This is where Yuno wants his eyes, and of course the fire is right now just absorbing all the oxygen thanks to the wind that's right now pulling oxygen. This is where Yuno feels like his hand is burning up, and this is where he lets go of the wind punch. And this is where, well, the fire stops burning, but this is where, well, Asta burns the vines and grabs Yuno from the face. This is where Asta says, I'm gonna fucking murder you, you fucking weakling, for even daring to fight me with no fucking power. This is where Yuno says, oh, son of a bitch. Asta, do you not remember me? All I remember is hatred and anger towards you. How the fuck am I gonna remember something like you? This is where, oh, Yuno was winding his eyes. He knows that he wasn't the best brother or anything. He knows Orsi's and even Yoshina or anyone in the church or anyone in the village was nice to Asta, but he never thought Asta would legit try to murder him. This is where Conroy steps in and says, Asta, that's enough. This is where Asta turns around and says, fine, Conroy. Fine. Can we just fucking go back to the residence? Yes, we can. Let's just go. Asta, lets go of Yuno and drops into the floor. This is where Asta puts both of his hands towards his pockets. And this is where the fire stabs stop igniting because he kind of, make them disappear. But yeah. This is where, well, Asta walks next to, Conroy and they, leave. This is where Yuno's coughing up spit, but yeah. He's just trying to get enough air in his, lungs because, yes, Asta was choking him mostly. But yeah, because Asta was about to burn his ass. This is where, well, Yuno thought he was training, but realized that he wasn't powerful enough to go against Asta. Asta and those red eyes were confusing to him, but yeah. Of course, since this incident happens, everyone decides to try to get stronger, but yeah. But this is where I'm going to leave it off for part 1 of this what if. Yes, this is only part 1, and I know that what you're thinking, why aren't you making it a little bit longer? Because nah, and I don't want to. Now leave me alone. Potato, potato, and good night. Bye. But yeah.